Hey, what's up, you guys? It's BossBoyTheWinKing here, and welcome to Boss Reviews, where we talk about movies, video games, and whatever heck I want to talk about. And sorry, I haven't been uploading a video in 3 weeks because I've been too busy with homework and and doing a lot for my main channel, my gaming channel and stuff. And yeah, and also yeah. And some bad news that I have to say before we get into this review is that I twisted my ankle, in which, if you want to know, I posted it up on my Instagram. Go check it out right now. My Instagram will be down in the description, and yeah, let's go. And today we are reviewing Hidden Figures, these are type of movies that I usually like don't review and stuff. And I just saw it like in my school today, and so yeah, I wanted to say what I think and how coming into this movie, in which I know I'm in a different angle because I was just checking on something. Coming into this movie, I wasn't really expecting like a whole lot from a movie like this because I don't know. It's just that most of the movies that I usually review are either action comedy or whatever that I saw, and this is a movie that I apparently saw, and which this movie is basically about these three ladies that work for NASA, and that they usually like don't get the same treatment as the white workers in NASA. But apparently one of the ladies know like a whole lot, and which we get a lot of like backstory in the beginning of this woman, in which she's actually the main character, and her name is Catherine Goyer. But later she gets married to a colonel who's played by Marshala Ali. I think Marshala Ali, who you might remember from from being the villain from Luke Cage, and and being in House of Cards or whatever. But I only know him for being the villain of Luke Cage, in which I do watch Luke Cage on Netflix because I have a Netflix account and whatever, and blah blah. But that's another story. And basically this character, you see her like doing all these all these mathematical things and stuff, and try to solve like everything. But then later on in the movie, but then later on in the movie, she was promoted, and then late and it's being treated differently than the other workers. And then and then she finally sees what's wrong with the NASA and whatever, and people were kind of jealous and stuff. And yeah, and also the two other ladies that are with her are actually her friends, and which one of them is named Mary Jackson, and the other Thor Dorothy. Ah, my gosh, can't remember these names because it's been like 2 hours since I haven't seen it. Plus the whole school, like I've been doing work and stuff, but I'm trying to remember and stuff. Yeah, and when Catherine gets to work for for the high NASA, whatever, I can't remember. She ends up being treated differently. You know how it is, like 1960s segregation and whatever, where she wasn't allowed to go to the restroom, she wasn't allowed to like touch the coffee, or like do the same thing that everyone else is doing. But um but she ends up like but later in the movie she ends up like having a like she ends up like telling the truth and telling like how hard she works and stuff, that made the main guy, which his name is Jim Harrison, played by, I don't know his name, which I don't know why I said played by, but this but but after getting that talk, he ends up removing colored lady's bathroom, to say that everyone's treated equal, and everyone's this, and everyone's like, wow. But then, and I'm not gonna go into like more detail and stuff, because I have a limited camera time and stuff, and so yeah, like in the when you're watching this movie, you start getting interested in stuff, and start to like root for Catherine, and root for these ladies who are trying to be actual engineers for NASA. And then later on, you start to hate like the people that are like treating these ladies like, oh, they're not good enough and whatever. And and to my surprise, like, I didn't know who was gonna be in this movie, but apparently Jim Pearsons from The Big Bang Theory is in this movie, and oh my gosh, this guy was being such he was so, I don't know, his acting was good, but his character was mean and stuff, in which I wanted to hate on him, in which, how come he's likable in the Big Bang Theory, and going into this movie he's such hateable, in which we hate him, and which we wanna punch him in the freaking face. And yeah, um when you're going, and then while watching this movie, and while I was watching this movie, I felt like Act 3 was starting to get like a little, its pacing was like, when Act 3 started, it started going a little slow, to the point where I almost forgot like who was the name of the characters and whatnot. And yeah, also also like also this, like, I could see why the school wants us to watch this, because it is Black History month, and it does teach you a lot. Like, it does teach you a couple of things of what happened like during the 60s, and it does use like actual geometry and stuff, and actual things that I haven't learned yet, and I'm gonna learn them like 11th, 12th, and college, and college. And yeah, this movie was absolutely great. I recommend everyone to go see it, and anyone who hasn't saw it and they're in school like right now, and who are watching this, just go see it, like, go see it and stuff. And yeah, overall, I give this movie a 9 out of 10, since the acting was good. The acting was good. The CGI. Oh yeah, this movie does use CGI for the space scenes and whatnot. But yeah, for the CGI, it was good and convincing. And yeah, so yeah, 9 out of 10. Because I wish I could explain more, but I don't have really that much time, and I really didn't give enough time. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give this video a like, and comment whatever you want, whatever, and comment below. And also, if you like this video, you want to subscribe, hit that, and you want to subscribe, and you want to see more, and I can't talk today, and forgive me, and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. This Boss Boy the Wind King. Bye, peace, and deuces.